So without wasting any much time, because I don't want this video to be long enough. So here what we're looking at is USDZAR, and we are looking at the daily time frame. So as you can see how the market has been moving previously right here, you can see this impulsive movement to the downside previously right here, of which this impulse movement right uh, created this correction movement type of market structure, which is the ascending structure, of which this ascending structure is the continuation pattern to the downside, right? So if we can look at this structure right here, we can just take our trend from the lowest level right there, first touch, second touch right there. So we already have our first touch and our second touch. If we have found our second touch right here, it automatically becomes our trend. We can also see from that highest level of the market right there, we have our first touch, second touch, and then our third touch right there, of which that third touch has been violated a little bit. And I understand why the market did what it did right here. So this is what happens, right? So we had waited for the market to push to for that third touch, and then we enter, right? If we had entered our entries right here, the institutions knows where we put our stop loss, right? So what happened right here was that the market had just mitigated this level because they wanted to take out our stop losses, right? So the market came to test these levels right here because they knew where we had put our stop losses, right? Furthermore, so this is how this structure had been forming. It's an impulse movement and then the correction, which of that correction was formed. So we call this pattern within a pattern, right? We call this pattern within a pattern. You'll have to apologize. I apologize if I'm being too fast. Just being too fast because I don't want this video to be long enough. But then if I can just scale it down to the 4 hours time frame, we already see how we can just scale in on this current market movement right here. So this is what I will be looking at. This is what I will be looking at to analyze the current market structure, right? So as you can see, we had that breakout of the inside of the pattern within a pattern impulsively to the upside, and then we corrected, we moved impulsively, we corrected, we moved impulsively, and then now the market is coming down, and then I'm expecting this market to continue pushing to the downside, right? So this is what has been happening, right? So if I can just analyze those corrective moves of this market, we had that corrective manner right there, of which that correction movement is a continuation pattern to the upside, right? So this was actually a bullish pennant, if you will know types of structures. So we have first touch there, second touch there, and then we have our touch there, which has been violated, right? So the market has broken this ascending structure, of which this ascending structure is a pattern within a pattern. This is what we call a pattern within a pattern, according to Falcon strategy. According to Falcon, this is a pattern within a pattern. So this pattern within a pattern has been broken, right? So what had happened right here is that we can see how this structure has been formed, right? the market broke this structure, went back to retest this level right here. The market went back to retest this level right here to confirm that the market is not yet down, moving to the downside, right? And then we broke structure. We created a level right here before we went back to test the inside of that structure, right? And then we have this level right here which has been broken, right? So all these zones were they were our entry point. This was where we were supposed to enter this market, right? So as I said previously, we can see this impulse correction little bit right there, and then impulse right there, and then now we are moving to the downside. We've broken this structure in a corrective manner, and then we are continuing moving to the downside, and I'm expecting this market to continue moving to the downside until we have reached this level right here, which is the 90% rule of this structure, right? So this is what I'm expecting from this market. I'm expecting this market to continue moving from this level right here to this level right here. As we can see, this is a continuation pattern to the downside. This is a reversal structure, by the way, because it is a pattern within a pattern. We already saw on the daily time frame, sorry about that, we already saw on the daily time frame what had happened to this market, right? We can already see what is actually happening on this market, right? This is what is happening on this USDZAR.